Unpack with me. I just got back from Rome. Welcome back, everyone. Today's video is going to be a new Unpack with me featuring my suitcase behind me. So I just returned from my trip to Rome and I've been doing so much traveling in the year of 2024. I had someone recommend for me to start doing Unpack with me videos versus Pack with me videos. So this is where I quite literally unpack my entire suitcase. I go over the full itinerary that I did on my trip. So I was just in Italy for a week. We did Rome and also Florence. Talk about the itinerary, and then I'm also sharing what I actually wore, what I don't think I needed to pack, if there was anything that I forgot to pack, regrets, anything along those lines. So I've been having so much fun doing these videos. I've done them with a couple of different trips now. Most recently, I just did my Iceland trip, but I'm really excited to share with you what I packed for Rome, things that I learned, and also our super fun itinerary that we had throughout the week. All right, so let's jump into it. I do want to say that there will also be a vlog coming of the Rome trip. I'm not exactly sure when that's going live because, like I said, I've been traveling a lot. We got a lot of videos. Some of these videos, especially the Unpack with me's, take me longer to do because I really run through the whole itinerary. Sometimes I try to include little videos if I'm talking about like, oh, we went here, we saw this. I try to include little videos so you can see those as well. So these definitely take me a little bit longer to put together, and then I'm trying to do my regular content in between these. But like I said, I'm excited because it's just kind of fun to look back on the trip, to be able to share what we did. And so to discuss Rome, I actually went as a +1 with my friend who is Aniela Ganikvis. I will link her channel down below. She's another YouTuber and she hosted a trip with the tour company Trova Trip. And she took a group from her community. So I believe we had 20 women and our fabulous trip husband, Stuart, was there. Michelle brought her husband and he was so helpful, so kind, so great along the way. And we do also get assigned a tour host through Trova Trip. So we had Katerina with us as well. So we had a pretty big group in Rome and it was a really fun trip. I'm excited because I'm hosting my own Trova Trip in October and we're going to Greece. So super excited about that. There's actually still a spot, I think maybe by the time this video goes up, there is still a spot open on the trip if you want to come along, but we'll have 20 people going to Greece as well. But it was fun to experience the Trova Trip for the first time, to see how it went. I've done a couple group trips in the past with other companies as well. This was my first one with Trova Trip. And again, even though it wasn't my trip, it was Angie's, I was still, you know, getting to come along. I was her +1, able to meet everybody and experience it myself. And we had a really good time. But for my luggage, so this is what I always take as my carry-on. I love this bag so much. I also spilled hot chocolate on it. Someone can see I spilled hot chocolate on it in, I think it was Iceland. I was like, well, that's pretty fitting. But I love this bag. I got mine off of Amazon. It has so many compartments. It's really big on the inside. It has little zipper pockets. It has zippers on the both sides. It has little pockets here. So in these pockets, like in one, I have an external charger. And then I usually put my phone charger in here. Typically I put like deodorant, lotion, anything that I just want kind of handy. And these bags, I have like hand sanitizer and some like mints. In here, I put in like some snacks for the plane. I usually have like my earbuds in here. This is the bag that I do take my laptop in. So I have like my laptop, my mouse, my charger, my external hard drive, my mouse pad, all of those things. Oh no, my hairbrush broke. Well, that's sad. Okay, so we're gonna have to order a new hairbrush. Well, that's a first. I have in here like some ginger juice. I do get motion sickness, and usually on these trips, we are doing like quite a few like tours and things. So by bus, by train. In Rome, we took the high-speed train from Rome to Florence. We had a day where we were doing transfers on the bus. So those really help me. Even just like being on the plane is really helpful. Going to different countries, you typically do need adapters. So I like to put an adapter in my carry-on bag as well as my checked bag as well. I typically travel with a couple. If I'm using like my laptop or if I need a phone charger or something at the airport, I have an adapter if I'm already out of the country. And then also in this bag, it does have a bottom section where you put in some shoes. Now I did bring these shoes. I did not wear them. I will say for Italy, I really don't feel like you need heels. I was talking to my friend Ashley about this because she went to Italy fairly recently, and she was saying because of like the cobblestones and just the uneven sidewalks, like it was really difficult to wear heels. The only reason I have those in my bag is because I actually went to a concert the night before I left for Rome, and I had friends from out of town here. So I ended up staying just in a hotel on the strip with my friends and went right from the airport that morning. So those were the heels that I was wearing the night before. That's the only reason why I didn't even think about putting those shoes on. And one of my recommendations if you are going to Italy is to not bother with heels. Now I know some people really want like the Instagram photos and like the full outfit looks and all of those things, or if there's like one night that's like really special, like we just had a friend get engaged in Rome, like okay, I get it, like put those heels on, get down with your bad self. But for me, like even as a content creator, I don't really care. I'm more about comfort and also like not wanting to pack unnecessary things. So again, the only reason those shoes were in there was because of the concert, but definitely walking is a little bit difficult in Rome, and also walking is the main mode of transportation. We did do a couple walking tours while we were there, but just irregardless of that, it's very much a walking city. Again, we had our guide with us and she was saying like everyone pretty much walks everywhere. So definitely a recommendation, bring comfortable shoes, tennis shoes, socks, things like that, things that are going to be comfortable to be walking in. A few other things that I usually have in my carry-on bag as well, besides like usually do a few more snacks, but also my external charger, which I love so much. I have like a little external charger, which is a good backup, but then I have my main one. I just talked about this in probably one of my Amazon videos because I bought it on Prime Day. It's an external phone charger and just anything charger. It charges my Kindle as well. It plugs in, it has cords for USB and USB-C, so it's super helpful no matter what it is that you need to charge. It also plugs right in to a wall if you need to charge it, so that's super helpful. So I always carry that, and then also my Kindle is always with me as well. That obviously has already been taken out of the bag. So I left Las Vegas Sunday morning. My flight was at like 9:30, and because there's a 9-hour time difference from Vegas to Rome, I actually ended up landing Monday morning at like 9 a.m. or something like that. So I jumped ahead a day. When I got there on Monday, the actual trip didn't start until Tuesday. There was a few people that got there early, but Angie and I had planned it that way to be able to kind of explore the city on our own, get settled in, you know, kind of try to get used to the time change and all of those things. So I found Angie at the train station. I will say the train station I was a little bit intimidated by, but by the time I left, I felt much more comfortable with it. So from the airport in Rome, you can take the train right into like the city. So we were staying kind of like in the heart of the city. And for us, we were going to the train line Termini. And so it was super easy. You just go up to a kiosk. It already has that you're at the airport terminal train. And then you can just choose from the list what station, what station you're going to. So I put in Termini. It was 14 euros. Pay with a card. It spits you out a train ticket. And then one thing that I learned from our guide is that when you do buy a train ticket, able to find the train, the signage is all like super easy. And then at one point, you know, an employee comes down and just checks your ticket, whether you have it on your phone, whether you have a paper ticket, like if you use the kiosk, drops you right off at Termini. And then Angie met me from there, and our hotel was only a 3-minute walk. And it's not uncommon to see people with their luggage. Like I was seeing a ton of people with their luggage, especially being so close to the train station. After we got to the hotel, where we stayed at Hotel like Massimo, I think is what it was, we changed, and Angie wanted to do some exploring with me. She's been to Italy multiple times. Her husband is also Italian, so she had a lot of things that she wanted to show me, and it was so fun. And one thing about Rome is that it is so hot. So the outfit that I wore the first day is this one. I bought this off of Amazon, and it's just like a very loose, like open fitting top. I wore this little bralette underneath. I love these bralettes. I recommend them so much. I wear them all the time. I'm literally wearing one right now in a different color because I think they come in a pack of 3. So I just wore this little black bralette, and then it does have the matching shorts as well. I wanted to wear this because it was loose. It was going to be comfortable. And again, Rome is so hot. Do not forget your sunscreen. One thing I saw a lot of people selling little handheld fans, umbrellas, anything to like protect yourself, especially if you're doing something like a walking tour like what we did. I would highly, highly recommend having something, definitely a reusable water bottle. Also, Rome does have water fountains all over, and you can drink their water. I live in Las Vegas. The water is terrible here. You cannot drink out of the tap, and I kept having to remind myself like, oh, I can go fill up my water bottle in the bathroom. But they also have these little fountains all around everywhere, and you can go and put your water bottle right under there and drink from the faucet. Again, we were going in August. It's a very busy time for tourists, very hot time. Just try to stay protected, hydrated, all of the things. So that was what we did. We got to see a lot of the different sites like the Colosseum. We got some food. Obviously the food in Rome is amazing. And then because a few people did come in early, we wanted to meet up with the group and just go out to like a quick dinner. We literally went to a place right around the corner from the hotel. And it was just gonna be more casual. So I just wore this pair of white shorts. These are from Levi. I wear these all the time, especially in the summer. I just think they're super cute. And then I wore this yellow top. I love this top. It gives me like picnic vibes or I don't know, something. I just thought it was like fun and I don't know, European. So that's what I wore for the first dinner that we did. The food in Rome, I mean, in Italy in general, I don't have to say, like, is so incredible. I ate as much pasta as I could. I ate a ton of gelato. I had some pizza in there. They have really good sandwiches. One place to not sleep on is the Termini train station. They have like a food court, but it's like the nicest food court ever. Like I'm not talking about like the mall food court with like McDonald's. It has like everything. Obviously pizza, pasta, gelato, like salad stations, ramen stations, sushi stations. Angie and I ended up eating there twice when we had just like a little bit of free time. We just needed to run somewhere. That was really good. Also, I'm not a big cannoli girl. Like in the US, like I have cannolis and I'm like, these are fine, but the cannolis over there, on another level. Now it was funny because Tuesday was the day the actual trip started, and I will say I just got back from Iceland recently, and that's a 7-hour time change. And my body was definitely like, okay, you know, this is a big change, but it wasn't that bad. I never felt so tired or anything like that. 9 hours, different ballgame for me. I was so tired. So much in Rome. The first day after me and Angie walked around together, before we went to dinner, I did take like a 2-hour nap just to try to like get myself together. And then we went to bed not even that late on Monday, and we slept until almost noon. Our checkout time was 11. Just wild because Angie doesn't sleep in, I don't sleep in, and we were both looking at each other like, huh? And then the front desk even called like 5 minutes after we woke up, and they were like, are you checking out today? Because we stayed in one hotel, and then we actually moved to a different hotel where the rest of the group was staying. And we were like, yeah, no, we're coming. Like I felt so bad, and I was sad because we had some stuff planned in the morning. We wanted to go to this area with gardens, and you can get this little boat and like paddle around this lake. I thought it was gonna be so cute, and we just completely slept through the whole thing. So we got up, we changed over to our hotel. We were able to check in right away. We went to the train station and got some food, and then we were back to get ready because our welcome dinner, I think we were meeting at like 5:30. So we just didn't have too much time. But when we ran over to get food, I just wore this top. This is just like a little tube top. I think I got it at like Forever 21 or like H&M a million years ago. And then I wore one of my favorite pairs of shorts. These are from American Eagle. I love these so much. Then we went back to the hotel to get ready. So for the first dinner that we had, I actually ended up wearing a dress of Angie's because I ended up getting my period that Monday when we got to Rome. I have PCOS, so I don't have the most regular of periods. And I think especially because I've been doing so much traveling and I'm just all out of sorts with my routines, it's just been kind of like, so I wasn't expecting that. So a lot of my clothes that I packed like 2 white dresses, like just not clothes that I felt super comfortable wearing. So I ended up borrowing like a black dress from Angie. So I was glad that she had that because I was kind of staring at my closet or at my suitcase so borrowed a dress from Angie that night, which I was very grateful for. I did bring my Hermes slides. I wore these a lot on the trip. These to me are super comfortable. They don't like irritate my feet. I'm someone who can walk in slides. Again, on those really long walking tour days, I did wear tennis shoes, but these were really nice to have with like the dressier outfits, but I still didn't want to wear heels. And our welcome dinner was so fun. It was included in the cost of the trip, so we were all able to pick out like a starter, a main course, and a dessert. And that's kind of where we got to know everyone. We did meet in the hotel first, and they had like a little side room that we like got to meet everybody, meet the tour guide, tour host, Katarina. You know, since this was Angie's trip, she gave a speech. She had some goodie bags out for everybody. And that was just kind of like our introductory period. And then we went to dinner, and it was so fun because that's kind of where I got to talk to more people. And I was sitting with Michelle and her husband Stuart, and I also had Sarah next to me. I had Doreen, sitting by, I think it was Agnes was on my other side. And so it was just kind of nice to start to talk to people and, you know, where are you from and what are you most excited to see? And, you know, how long have you been following Angie's channel and all of those things. It's just a really fun dinner. And one thing that I've noticed from our dinners is that like well, I'll say for like European dinners, they definitely take their time. But then with us, we have such a big group and everyone, you know, we kind of have this weird sense of not even just knowing Angie or even like me and Angie, because some people on the trip like were familiar with my channel as well, but even just like each other, because we have this common bond of makeup and beauty. So people are talking about like, oh, what's your eyeshadow? And like, what's your lip product that you're wearing? And oh, this is my favorite brand. What's your favorite brand for like purple eyeshadows and things like that. So I don't know, it was just really cool. You could, to me, you could sense the like community vibe right off the bat. And that to me is really fun to see because I've hosted some group trips in the past as well with myself and also with Angie. And to me, I just really see that. I've done some other trips with different tour companies and also different tour hosts. And I just really feel like the ones that I have done and Angie has done and the ones we've done together, you can really see that we have more of a community. And I don't mean that in a bad way, like nothing wrong with like the other trips that I've been on, like Barbados and Iceland. It's kind of like a mishmash of people, of like people who know who owns the company, people who knows like one of the influencers that's along on the trip. But this to me like really shows, I just keep coming back to the word community. And I just think that's really cool. Like, and it kind of gives you a sense of comfort on the trips of like, you're not just going somewhere with like a bunch of strangers. You have things in common. I don't know, it's such an interesting thing. And it's so fun for me to see on these trips, like the friendships that are really being made and people really helping each other and supporting one another and just the conversations being had. It was really cool. One thing too, at the dinners, I feel like someone said if you stay long enough, they bring you out like a limoncello. I want to say shot, but Katarina told us at one point that you're not supposed to shoot it, you're supposed to sip on it. They have like these little like after dinner drinks that they bring out. And I'm like, that was a fun thing. That was a fun thing to learn. On Wednesday is when we did the walking tour, and I am so glad I wore what I wore. This like romper, and I got this off of Amazon, and I love this thing. I also wore this in Barbados the day that we went to like a wildlife sanctuary, and we went to not waterfalls, but it was like our adventure day there as well. This is what I wore. I love this so much. It's a romper. I really don't have any issues with like going to the bathroom. Like it's pretty easy to just like pull down. This is just like cute, comfortable, sporty. It's also black so it hides sweat, which again, it was so hot and so humid and we were walking so much. We saw a little bit of everything this day. Not only the Colosseum, the Pantheon. We had another like an actual like tour guide. Arena was with us, but then we also had a tour guide and we had like little headphones in. We were walking in our group. She had like the stick so in case we got lost, like we knew where to like find her scarf. But we did that day, I think I did 21,000 steps, I want to say, in the heat, in the humidity. I was so glad I had this. I recommend this so much. I love the brand OQQ. I just think that they are just so comfortable. And on that day, I also wore my Converse shoes. So again, just comfortable walking shoes. And I did also wear my Aries hat. I have a black hat that just says Aries on it and has the Aries symbol. I'm an Aries, my dog's name was Aries. And again, protecting yourself, reapplying SPF constantly, keeping your face out of the sun, hats, umbrellas, fans. I do wish that I would have bought a fan before going to Rome. I could have just bought one off of the street as well, but I think they mostly took cash. And I don't really ever take cash. I didn't take cash in Iceland. I don't think I did in Barbados. I didn't here, because most everywhere takes cards. Though in my Iceland videos, I did say that a lot of places weren't taking American Express, which is what I have. Same in Italy. Thankfully, I remembered it, and I also brought a Visa with me. But there was a few times where I was trying to pay with American Express, and they were like, no. I was like, okay. So keep that in mind if you have American Express. And also bring a little book bag. I brought this to Iceland with me, and to me, this is just really helpful just on any trip. I really ended up not needing it in Rome. I could have brought it the adventure day and put like more sunscreen in it and things like that. But it's just nice to have in case you're doing something where you feel like you're gonna be like out and about. You want like more items that you can fit into your purse. So I'm glad I have this. I'm pretty sure I just got this off of Target. But in here, I got a little gift actually for my business partner. And then I just shoved some like random things in here that I didn't want to like get broken in transit. I have a pair of sunglasses from Sojos Vision. I also brought my black ones that I love so much. I bring these on every trip. I feel like they're such a vibe. I have my apple cider vinegar gummies that I take, and just some more snacks in here. Another Kitsch Scrunchie. Love these, have one in my hair. Some LMNT packs. Yeah, I just have like some random like snacks and stuff in there, but I never think it's a bad thing to bring like a little bag or backpack on trips. Obviously, I just bring like some pajamas with me. I don't really go crazy on pajamas. Like I have some sports bras. To me, I just kind of throw in, like I usually wear a more comfortable outfit on the plane. I wore gray shorts, which I think are probably in my laundry because I wore them on the way back. And usually just like a t-shirt, but I don't, like I'm not someone that packs like a pajamas for every single night. I just wear the same thing. So I just wear like gray shorts and a Tiesto t-shirt the majority of the time, and I felt like that was fine. Oh, I have these cute sparkly shorts from Zara. I wore these to the concert that I went to the night before I left, so obviously they made it into my bag as well. And look at how cute this little gelato is. One of the girls on the trip made these for everybody, this little gelato keychain. I thought this was so freaking cute. I loved this so much. I thought it was so sweet that she came with this for everybody. She even had one for our tour host, which I just thought was so nice. This is a shirt that I didn't wear. I put it on and I ended up just not really loving the way that it looked on me. I bought this years ago too at like H&M Forever 21. I just thought it would be so cute. It has like the oranges. I know like Italy's like known for lemons. I just thought it would be cute, but I just didn't like the way that it fit on me. So there was that. I did also bring three? Okay, I might have brought 3 bikinis. Listen. You can never be too prepared, okay? I didn't use my bikinis at all. I also brought a swimsuit cover-up. You know, I just feel like I'm always gonna bring them as like a just in case something comes up, whether it just be something at the hotel, whether it be like, oh, like all of a sudden we're gonna go to a spa maybe, I don't know, something like that. I'm always gonna be prepared with bikinis, but we did none of that. Angie said a lot of hotels, like, I think she was saying like in Europe, but especially like in Italy, like they just don't have pools. Like I always love like going to a hot tub to relax. It's one of my favorite things. Yes, there was no time. So unless it's something that's like specifically in your itinerary for Italy, you can probably skip a bikini. I of course have my skincare bag and also my hair care bag. My hair care bag is pretty small. Honestly, I usually just use the shampoo and conditioner in the hotels. Sometimes I'll bring along like little samples or little like packets or something like that. But usually, because when I'm traveling, and especially if I'm in humid places, this is what my hair will look like every single step of the way. So I really don't try that much, I'm not gonna lie. Again, with it being a European country, you don't need to bring your own hair dryer because even if you use the adapter, the voltages are gonna be different and you're gonna ruin your hair dryer, so don't even bother to bring one. But of course I brought like the Color Wow, the Living Proof Triple Bond. I always bring a hair oil with me. This one's from Oribe. Always bring a dry shampoo. I have like a little mouthwash in here, some toothpicks, floss picks. And I brought along a Killian perfume, Sun-Kissed Goddess. And then in my little skincare bag, I always bring my tongue scraper because I love my tongue scraper so much, and it comes in like a little case. I have a little travel toothbrush and also a toothpaste that I always bring along. I forgot a cleansing oil and I was so mad at myself. So luckily Angie had a second cleanser that I could use, but I usually bring these little cleansing oils from Florence. And it just comes like in a little packet, and I can usually get like two to three uses out of each one. And I just keep forgetting to restock them in my bag. So I didn't have a cleansing oil, but I did have a cleansing balm, the one from Pharmacy. I love this one. I had recently purchased these in the Amazon Prime Day sale, the Diablo First Spray Serum and also the Goodall Vitamin C Dark Spot Serum. I will say I started trying these both at once and my skin broke out pretty bad. Like I was really struggling with my skin in Rome and I was like, great. And I brought both of these. Like I didn't really bring another spray. I didn't have another syrup. I was like, perfect. And I stopped using them right after I got back from Italy. I got back on Sunday. I'm filming this on Wednesday. My skin has already started clearing up and I didn't use these on Sunday either. I don't even know if I used them on Saturday. But one of these is the culprit. I don't know which one, and I shouldn't have been trying them both at one time. I know better, but that's what I did. So those were some serums that I brought. My Kiehl's Avocado Eye Cream. Of course, SPF. I did also bring another one from Neutrogena. I have a spray one as well, but the IT Cosmetics Hello Sunshine is a favorite of mine. Also for a tinted version, the one from Bliss. To be honest, I wasn't wearing a whole lot of makeup, so I was just really kind of focusing on sunscreen. I have my razor in here, a little pair of scissors because you just never know if you need them. From Peach and Lily, their Copper Peptide Pro Firming Serum. If you can see, I'm halfway done with this one and I really like it. I'm almost out of my Tower 28 Daily Barrier Recover Cream. I really like Tower 28 skincare. I'm almost done with the Wishful Yo Glow Enzyme Scrub. If I feel like I want to do a little exfoliation, I'll use that. The Lawless Lip Mask at night. And then Typology, this is their Zinc PCA 4% Purifying Moisturizer. If I'm struggling with breakouts, which I was, I will go with that moisturizer. After our adventure day, I will say, I kept saying, I was like, I'm going back to the hotel, I'm taking a nap, I'm taking a shower, I'm taking a nap, I'm so hot, I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted, we've walked so many steps. And then one girl was like, I found a tattoo place that's near here and I want to go get a tattoo. And I was like, okay, I'll go with you. So we went and got tattoos. It was me, Angie, Angela, and Victoria. Victoria found the shop. She found one close to the Coliseum. We walked over there probably at like 5:30. They closed at 7 and they were like, nope, we can get all 4 of you in right now. We all just got really small tattoos. Victoria and Angie got little lemons on the back of their arms, and me and Angela got little gelato tattoos. So I got mine on my ankle. I don't know if you can see it because it's literally so tiny, but I got mine on my ankle. I love tiny tattoos. I have some on my fingers. I have one on my other ankle. It's just an Aries constellation. I have one on my back. I have one behind each ear. I just love like little tattoos. Of course, I have my crown here for my dog Aries. She passed away in October. I called her Queen. So I love my crown tattoo. And one of my things is that I really want to get tattoos on every trip that I take. I have the 4-leaf clover behind my ear that I got in Ireland. I really wanted to get one in Iceland. I wanted to get one of the Icelandic symbols just right here because they're like kind of like long, thin symbols. I wanted to get it for energy. Unfortunately, my trip, I was a day and a half late because I was traveling the day of the IT outage. So the girls went and got their tattoos on Friday, and that was the day that I missed. So I still want to get one. I still want to get that specific tattoo. It just won't be in Iceland. But I was already thinking what to get for Italy, and I wanted to get the Italian word for capable. And I was going to tattoo it like right here behind my elbow. That's what I had in mind, like mind made up. I knew what I was going to get. And we get to the place and Angela was like, I'm gonna get a gelato tattoo. And I was like, changed my mind. I'm not a big fan of impulse tattoos because they last forever. I will say I have coordinates on my back. I don't know if you've ever seen them because you don't usually see my back, but I have coordinates on my back. That's where I was born. That was a little bit of an impulse tattoo. I went with one of my friends to get one, and then the artist was like, do you want anything? And I was like, And so I went with that. Still like them. I actually want to tattoo the coordinates of where my mom, brother, and sister were born right next to them. They were all born in the same spot. I'm the only one born somewhere else. So I want to get that done. But that was a spur of the moment decision and I have no regrets. I love ice cream. It's part of my personality trait. I ate gelato twice a day, every day in Italy, and it just felt very fitting. It just felt very fitting. The only thing I will say is I kind of wish I would have put it on the inside of my ankle just so I could see it. I just can't really see it on the outside, but it doesn't bother me. I still don't mind the spot. I love that it's small, and it's just something fun to look back and be like, oh my gosh, remember that time in Italy that I ate gelato twice a day, every day? That was a vibe. I went there, the tattoo shop was called like Aurora. It was like A-U-R-E-O. Turns out the guy who did our tattoos is like a celebrity tattoo artist. He's got like over 1 million followers on Instagram. He's tattooed like Demi Lovato and all these other celebrities. We had no idea until we left and they like showed us his page and was like, oh, you know, tag. And I was like, he has to be like, I just tattooed lemons and gelato on these girls. But he was so nice, so friendly. Highly recommend that tattoo shop. And then afterwards we went to another dinner and I borrowed a top from Angie, like a black lace top. I love these black shorts. I got these off of Amazon. And again, I wanted to wear a dress, but with my period situation, I decided not to. So I wore these black shorts and then I think I just wore the Hermes shoes again. We went to dinner and then some of us went to Trastevere. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but I saw online this like square that people go to, and I want to say it was like a 15-minute cab ride from where we were, and people just like hang out in this square by this tower, and sometimes people dance and sing, and they have a bunch of bars and restaurants all around. It's kind of like the nightlife, if you will, like one of the areas. So we went there, but I will say a lot of our dinners, especially because there's so many of us and you typically eat dinner later in Europe, we didn't get there until close to midnight probably, and it was already pretty quiet. I think places close around 2, I want to say, in Italy. So it was already kind of quiet, but we went into a bar where you could just like walk up and get a drink, and then you just like stand around in the streets. We, you know, met some new friends and we're talking to them. But we left probably within like an hour, hour and a half or so, something like that, because it was pretty quiet. But that was really the only night that we like went out. I want to say maybe it was a group of like 10 of us or so. But it was fun. It was cool to see, you know, kind of fun to see, like, I don't want to say it was just locals because it was definitely also tourists, but you know, kind of like what they do. And we were also there on like a Wednesday night. So it wasn't very busy, but if you go on the weekends, it looks like it's like really fun. I wanted to go back on Saturday night. We just didn't get time, but I would recommend there. So that was the outfit that I wore. So the next day we took the high-speed train from Rome to Florence. I did a walking tour on this day as well. I can't find my shorts. I'm sure they're here somewhere. So I just wore a little matching set. So it's this shirt, kind of athletic shirt that zips up, and then it has the matching brown shorts as well. I don't know where they are, but I'm sure they're in there somewhere. My Converse shoes. So we walked around Florence and just saw the different sites. Again, a tour, like we had like the little headpieces in, little earpieces and all the things. So just wanted to be comfortable, a little bit on the sporty side as well. So that was really fun to see. So on this day, I wore my bucket hat. Angie's told me that she was bringing a bucket hat. So I was like, I'll bring a bucket hat. This is just from Laura Mercier. I literally got it in PR. But again, just trying to protect like my face, my hair, my scalp, I think is what I was going for. My scalp from the sun, because we were outside for several hours walking. So that was really important. I did also wear this shirt. I think just we went and grabbed like a casual lunch once we got into Florence. Our hotel wasn't ready to check in, and we stayed at the Grand Attico. It wasn't ready yet, so I think I just threw on like a pair of shorts and then this like little crop t-shirt thing that says Inspire on it. And then the next morning we took a bus and we went to Tuscany and we went to a winery, and I absolutely loved this spot. So this is the dress that I wore. I just got this off of Amazon. I actually bought it because we were planning to go to Napa for my birthday this year, and this was the dress that I bought. We ended up not going, but I love this dress. I love the color. I love the little like frill at the bottom here. It's just, and it's super comfortable. Again, I just wore my Hermes slides, but I just thought it was like very fitting and fun for the winery. And we went to the Tenuta Torsiano winery, and this was so nice. We got to do this wine tasting. What they had, like the bruschetta for us, and then they brought like some soup, and they brought lasagna, and they brought some meat, and then we had all this wine tasting, and then we had the biscotti that you were supposed to dip in the wine. I will say, I'm not a big drinker. I'm not a big wine drinker. I swear to you, I had 3 sips of wine and was like on another level. And I was like, am I drunk? And Angie was like, probably, this is like really high percentage wine. And I'm just like, am I drunk? Like, I'm like looking at everyone like, are you drunk? Am I drunk? Be very careful of the wine situation out there. And I'm not kidding you. I don't think I drank a full glass of wine. And then I was just like, water, 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 water. And I ordered a Fanta. I love European Fantas. First of all, like the orange Fanta, instead of being like neon orange like in the US, it's like yellow because it doesn't have as many, you know, disgusting ingredients inside. So I don't usually drink soda when I'm here, but when I went to like Ireland, Iceland, like Fanta. I want Fanta, that's what I want. So I just mostly drank Fanta and tried to eat the food. The lasagna there was so good, but it was so fun. And it's, you know, like a wine family that's been in the business for so many years, and the guys explaining everything, and the wines, they just have all these beautiful areas to take photos in, and it was just so fun. I did forget to say, the night before when we were in Florence, we went out to dinner, a group of us, and then we just kind of walked around like the square for a while. We got some gelato, and I ended up wearing this, which is a swimsuit cover up, but I still went with it, and you know, I was feeling better. My period was basically done. Again, they're just kind of, I just never really know. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear this swimsuit cover up. It is a little bit sheer, but I had, you know, undergarments on underneath and all of the things. And you know, that was like my night out. This was like my night out outfit, even though we didn't like really go out. I wore my Hermes slides with this as well. My hair looked pretty much like this. But I got a lot of compliments on it, so that's what I wore. But flash forward to the next day, we went to the winery, then we took the bus and we went to a town called like San Gimignano. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that as well, but it's this like medieval town, and you know, it's definitely a tourist spot. They have a lot of shops there. They have, you know, restaurants and all the things. That's where I got a little gift for my business partner. We got some, okay. There was a place that said world famous gelato, and I was like, well, I'll eat some. And then I literally turn around and I see another place that says world's best ice cream. And I was like, Well, let me go there too. Before you say anything, a lot of times when people were getting gelato, they were doing like 2 or 3 scoops at one time. I usually only did 1. There was only one time that I did 2 scoops, and it was actually at the World's Best Gelato, and I didn't like my mint. I got the mint chocolate chip, and to me it just tasted like a mint leaf. And I was sad because I had mint chocolate chip the night before and it was so good. So I got chocolate and mint chocolate chip, and I only ate the chocolate out of it. So then I went and got 1 scoop at the ice cream place. So it was technically like I still got 2 scoops. They were just from different places. See what I did there? It's a good thing that you walk a lot in Rome, because I definitely ate a lot. But that place was so just cute and quaint and fun, and we had like an hour to walk around there and see the shops. We went into a bookstore. It was just so cute, and I was really glad that we did that. I really liked Florence. Rome was definitely very busy, you know, a lot of tourists, a lot going on. Florence was just kind of like cute and small and cozy, and you know, still obviously a lot of tourists there and everything, but it just had kind of like a different vibe to it. I just thought that was so much fun. And then when we went out for dinner that night, I wore the black shorts and then this top here. This is actually a pajama top. I have this in the Hamptons. I'm pretty sure I brought this to Iceland. I love this top. It's one of my favorite going out tops. It's just cute, casual, chill, paired it with black shorts, good to go. We just went to dinner and went back, and I think we had a pretty early night that night in Florence as well. And then the next day, I'm looking at my phone to make sure I'm remembering correctly, we got back on the train, the high-speed train, and we went back over to Rome. This is where it was definitely really handy to have our tour host assigned with us through Trova Trip, because she was the one that had like our train tickets. She was the one that, you know, knew where the bus was. Obviously she speaks the language as well, so she can be talking to people at the hotel and through our transfers. So Katerina gave us all our train tickets. We got back on the train. It's like almost like a 2-hour drive. The trains are really nice. They're very clean. You do have to kind of hurry with your bags. A lot of people are trying to get on and off. I definitely struggled with some motion sickness because you're going so fast. And I will say the first day when we went out to Florence, I was trying to work on my computer, which was just dumb, but I have to work on all of my trips. I take a lot of calls for my trips. I took a call from the taxi on one of them. I was trying to work on the train and I was so sick after that. So I had my ginger chews, but I definitely recommend like Dramamine if you really struggle with motion sickness. But that's really nice to have, and that was included in our price of the trip as well. So we didn't have to worry about getting our own train tickets or anything like that. But then we went back to Rome, and then we did this Fiat 500 experience, which was so cute. I wore my jean shorts and then this top here. I love this top. I got it from Target and I literally wear it all the time. I just think it's so cute and so fun, and just like, and again, it's so hot in Rome. I know my style is a little bit more spicy anyways, but like so hot there. And I wore my Air Slides. And oh my gosh, it was so cute. They have these vintage Fiat 500 cars. You can fit 2 person in a car, and then you have a driver because it's a stick shift and everything. And they basically just drive you around the city of Rome. You point out the sights. They take you to one spot where you can get out, take photos. You take like group photos with the cars and all of the people and all the drivers and everything. This was such a fun experience. We weren't really sure what to expect. We didn't really know what it was. And it ended up being such a highlight of the trip. I think everyone was having so much fun. It was our last full day. Everyone was just laughing and smiling. And as you're going through the streets of Rome, people are recording, because it just looks so funny. You have these like 10, 12, I don't know how many we had, little vintage cars. People are recording, smiling, waving. Like, I felt like we were making people's days just by driving around in the cars. Like, they weren't even the ones in the cars, and they were having a great time. I highly, highly recommend that experience. It was so much fun. I'm so glad that we got to do that. I did bring a few other dresses. Like this one here was from Zara. I borrowed it from my friend Jojo. I didn't wear this because I didn't really have time with my period situation. I didn't feel the most comfortable wearing it. And then she also gave me some nicer dresses, which again, I didn't end up wearing. I was gonna wear this one of the first nights, but with having to wear underwear, because it has like kind of these cutouts at the side, it just didn't, I just didn't think that it looked right. And then she also gave me this green one. I'll say for Rome, I just didn't really feel like being super dressy a lot. It was mostly like, I was mostly more on the casual side. Like it's this very long green dress. It's so beautiful. Jojo is a fashion stylist and also works for Zara. I love being able to like borrow clothes from her. It's so great. But I'll say fashion wise, when it came to Italy, was definitely like, even the nights that we went out, like I didn't really see a lot of people dressed up in like nice dresses. Like in Vegas, you see a lot of people in like these nice dresses. I didn't really get that vibe in Rome. Like casual dresses worked really well. Sundresses, rompers, that sort of style, I felt like is what was more the norm over there. Of course, I always say dress to your comfort, dress to what makes you confident. I felt like I had plenty of other clothes to wear besides like the nicer dresses. I also packed this little sports bra. I really love these too because these can just like double as a shirt. I feel like I always travel with this shirt as well. Again, got it from Target. I love to pair it with my black shorts, but I ended up not wearing that one. I packed another little tank top. I don't think I ended up wearing this. I was going to one night and I changed into the yellow shirt, I think. Again, just like basic tops. Like I try to make sure to grab plenty of these. This I just felt like was kind of Italian with like the stripes and everything. Could wear it with like the white shorts. But just, you know, I just try to make sure I have enough like casual outfits as well. Oh, I did bring this brown dress. This is mine that I got, but I ended up not wearing this either. It's kind of like really cut out in the front. I was gonna wear it one of the first nights, but again, just my situation, I didn't. I brought another pair of just like little pajama shorts to have. I always travel with my planner because I'm still always like working when I'm on my trips. And then for the farewell dinner that we had, this is the dress that I wore. It's also from Zara, and my friend Jojo also gave me this one. So I just thought this was so pretty and just kind of like fun and feminine with like the little flowers on it and things like that. Just wore the, oh, I wore my pink shoes. A couple of the nights I wore these pink shoes. I got these from Target and I just think they're cute. I call them my Barbie shoes. They have a little heel on them, but it's thick. It's more of like a wedge. So it didn't bother me with the streets, and they're also so comfortable. So again, I knew I didn't want to wear like heels, but the farewell dinner was so nice. So kind of how Trophy Trip was set up was our welcome dinner and our farewell dinner were included in the cost. Same as like the winery, like the lunch that we had at the winery was included, like the train tickets, you know, hotels, transfers, the Fiat 500 experience. Things were included in our cost of the trip. And then for the other dinners, we got to do whatever we wanted. And I kind of liked that because I did a group trip in Ireland as well, and we had kind of like every moment planned out. And I felt like with this one, it was a good balance of having activities that were included during the day and we were all together. And then at night, it was like, if you want to do something, you know, we planned it together. I would say for each night that we had dinners on our own, it was usually about 10 of us that came out. Some people wanted to go back and rest a little bit earlier. Some people weren't really hungry, didn't want to go out to eat again. So you just kind of had your freedom and flexibility to do what you wanted to do. But it was nice to have that farewell dinner where we were all there. You know, Angie said a few words there and you could tell everyone was kind of like getting in those like last photos with each other and just talking about the trip and how much fun we had. And the farewell dinner was so fun. I could tell the staff was like, are these girls ever going to leave? We stayed there for a long time, but it was just fun. It was nice to see everybody. And then even afterwards, our hotel, the hotel like Moscow had a rooftop bar and we went up there and then they kicked us out of there too. They're like, you guys have to go, like we're closing. We're like, oh, okay. But it's like the fun thing that you see on these trips is people want to keep talking to each other and keep getting to know one another. And it was like, you could tell like no one really wanted to leave and it was like, we're getting kicked out everywhere and it's time to go to bed. And like for me, I had to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning because my flight was at 9. So I was like, oh my, or my flight was at 10. And I was like, oh my gosh, just nice. You know, it was, the farewell dinner was like definitely a really positive highlight for me and I think for other people as well. Some other things, I just have like, you know, my socks and underwear in here. I always bring my pill organizer. Love my pill organizer, just got that off of Amazon. I have my reusable water bottle. I always travel with a speaker. I have my jewelry box because I always travel with my jewelry box as well. I did bring this little pink purse because I just brought like a little green clutch with me, just a small one. And then I wanted to bring this too because I got this from Target, but it holds so much, including my vlog camera. So it's really nice to have, like right now I just have a bunch of receipts in here and some eye drops. This holds a lot of stuff. So this was the purse, like I feel like you can see it in all of my photos from Rome, just like my little bag with me, but I got this from Target a few years ago. But I wanted something that would fit my camera as well since I really wanted to vlog the whole experience. And then I also have my makeup bag. We didn't have time to do a what's in our makeup bag because we were just so busy. Like we kept saying like, oh, this is the time that we'll do it. This is the time that we'll do it. I found those brown shorts. Just didn't get time. I was actually thinking about doing a live chat, potentially the day that I'm actually filming this. I might do a live chat. I've been trying to find ways to do more lives and I'm like, I don't know, maybe I could do a live chat of what was in my makeup bag on YouTube or TikTok or somewhere like that. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm bummed because I know Angie wanted to do a live from Rome. We just didn't have time, and on these trips, you're kind of just like in the moment with everybody and you're just there and you're trying to have fun and you're trying to experience things, and it's kind of hard because we're trying to work at the same time, we're trying to vlog, I'm trying to do all my other jobs as well. But at the same time, we're trying to be there to hang out with everybody and make these memories and see all these things. Like, the Coliseum took my breath away. Like, when I saw it for the first time, I couldn't even speak. I was just like, it's so much bigger than I thought it was gonna be. And you're just looking at stuff and being like, you're so old. So old. Like, it's just, it's hard to wrap my mind around. The churches are so beautiful. And I'm just staring like, how did they do this? How did they build this? How did they carve this? How did they paint this? Like, Italy was just mind-blowing to me. To look around and everything was just mind-blowing. But it was so fun. It was such a good trip. I'm so glad that I got to experience it with one of my best friends. I'm so glad I got to meet so many new people. And I hope everyone had a good time. I always say sometimes group trips are hard for me because I have so much social anxiety. I'm very shy and I'm very introverted, but I'm really trying with the group trips especially. Like, I'm really trying. It's so easy for me to be like cheerful and stuff on camera because I'm sitting here by myself, but group trips, I definitely have moments where I need to like walk away and like recharge my battery and, you know, but it's been so fun. Every trip has been such a learning experience. Even something like when I went to the train station the next morning and I was by myself, I felt so confident. Like, I was like, I can do this. I know how to navigate the train stations. Like, I didn't in the Hamptons, but you know, you learn something with every trip, and I'm so grateful that I got to see Italy. It was a place on my bucket list for such a long time, and I'm so glad that I got to experience Rome and Florence. And yeah, it was so fun. Now I get ready for my next trip. I'm heading off to Maine in 3 weeks, also with Angie and some of our community. Super excited to see that. It'll be very different from Italy, of course. But I hope you enjoyed seeing this Unpack With Me video and our itinerary for Italy. Let me know if you've been anything that you loved so much from your trip to Italy, and I'll see you in the next one.